Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion.
And I'm screen recording.
I'm going to be recording right now. You're going to be screen recording. I don't have a good screen recorder, is my thing.
QuickTime, bro.
QuickTime, what's that?
Do you have are you on the Macintosh?
Oh, no, Apple? Windows. Just the worst.
Oh, what's nice about an Apple is just QuickTime's got a thinger built right into it.
Right? Yeah, Apple, I've tried OBS, I've tried Bandicam, I've tried everything, and it's all super blurry for whatever reason.
Wow, that's a shame. Come on, Bill Gates. Get it together.
Right?
Okay.
Can Chad record me?
Your audio?
Or my video, sorry.
Yeah, I'm recording your video
right now.
I'm recording your video.
Oh.
I'm doing that.
Oh, okay. Sweet, and then I got my audio covered, so we are...
Yeah. With our powers combined, we are Captain Planet.
This is so fun. Welcome to the Foolish Mortals podcast, everybody. This is the... You guys probably didn't see it, but this is probably attempt number 5-ish of trying to set this up.
If any of those download, you got to open up Zencaster, see if any of that stuff downloads, because that was gold. That was gold.
That'll be on the second channel, Foolish Bloopers.
Yeah,
or something like that. Outtakes.
Foolish Clippers. Our clips channel.
Isn't that? I think that's just like a basketball team, right? Making stupid plays on the court. Foolish Clippers.
Is Clippers a basketball team?
I think I'm not a sports guy, but I think they are.
You sure you're not thinking of the Knicks?
Let us know in the comments down below. Are the Clippers a sports team?
What are sports? Please tell us.
I think it's like video games, but in real life, kind of.
Right.
It's like Madden 2K, but you're doing it in real life.
We were saying on one of the takes that you have reversed your Haunted Mansion throw. The last time we saw it, it was purple facing. And
it's a mix right now.
And so is this something that you like? You go full like grandma in the attic, in the ballroom scene of the mansion. You just you throw it over your lap when you're chilly.
It's fully reversible, and you know what? You say it now, and it does kind of look like a grandma's shawl, especially when you get the little fringelies out there.
Oh yeah, it definitely does, bro.
And I think this is actually going to be the look I'm rocking for the rest of the podcast, now that you mention it.
Great. So you're like the grandma from Carousel of Progress and the old lady from the ballroom scene. I think it's the same sculpt, right?
I believe it is. Same chair and everything. Same movements.
Same chair?
Not the same chair, but the same, like...
It's like the Imagineers we had to do it. We had to copy the animatronic exactly the same specifications. Union laws prevented us from doing anything differently. We left it up to the customers to just make her look different.
And guess what? They did their best. She's kind of looks like a ghost now, less human, but she's got the exact same chair, so I would count that as a success.
Welcome to Foolish Mortals.
Welcome to the Foolish Mortals podcast, guys. This is going to be episode 5. We are no breaks here. We are always going.
Boop, 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 boop.
So we have covered Disneyland, Disney World. We've covered Tokyo-ish. We've covered Hong Kong.
Yep.
We've covered Phantom Manor. At this point, now is the point where we talked about in the past episodes. We are going to go back. And we're going to fill in some blanks that we didn't fill in the past couple episodes. These are going to be full of tangents. This is going to be all about the weird details and myths that the Haunted Mansion has brought out in pop culture over the years.
Right, because listen, we've been reading your comments, and you guys are like, you've skipped over all of this, and you skipped over all of that. It's like, honey, we know. This podcast is like Swiss cheese, baby, and throughout the weeks, we're going to start filling all them cheese holes with Haunted Mansion lore and knowledge. And I would also like to state for the record that I am not a Haunted Mansion boob. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
Whoa. What is that supposed to mean?
Well, just like I'm
over here wearing my Haunted Mansion shawl.
I'm a huge Haunted Mansion fan, right? And everyone's people are yelling at me being like, Dan doesn't know anything about the Haunted Mansion. We're here to listen to Dallin talk about the Haunted Mansion.
That's whoa.
And
isn't that kind of the point? Is to like educate everybody and just have a fun time while we're doing it?
Right. And if you want serious, hard-hitting Haunted Mansion journalism, that's Offhand Disney's YouTube channel. All right,
that's literally
you swing
if you want
over there, and you brush up. You know,
if you want a historical, factual look at only the serious parts of no jokes anywhere.
Right.
Completely serious, straight face the whole time. 31 Nights of the Haunted Mansion, guys. I'm telling you, I did one video a day for the entire month of October.
Okay, honestly, is there anything about the Haunted Mansion, honestly, lore-wise, that you haven't really essentially covered in some capacity on your channel?
You know, I wish there was more to talk about with the Haunted Mansion. I feel like so I have a couple more ideas. I want to count how many actual ghosts are in the attraction, and counting like animatronics, you know, I didn't flip off the camera there, by the way. Animatronics, spirit orbs, you know, knocking
we were
doors.
talking about this before. Right.
How many actual ghosts are in the Haunted Mansion attraction? I know there's 999 in the mansion story-wise, but in the attraction, how many ghosts are there? But when it comes to story elements or some things that I haven't covered, there's obscure stuff. Like I could talk about the time when Kurt Russell walked through the Haunted Mansion as a kid, but I don't know. I feel like I've covered most of it. Like a good 90%, 95, 99% of it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So like we're about to like go trudging through all of it all over again, more or less. But just
we are skimming. Right. We are diving down deep in this episode, guys.
Right. Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
If the first four were the primers, now we're getting into the this is like Haunted Mansion 102. You already passed Haunted Mansion 101, now you're graduating to the next level here.
Right.
So we're going to be talking in this episode about something that I've been excited to talk about for a while, is the myths and like urban legends surrounding the Haunted Mansion.
Okay.
So it's gonna get spooky.
Everyone
get scary.
Light a candle.
Light a magic candle. I have a couple over here. What you got to do is you got to light your haunted candle and then light your Pirate's Life candle at the same time, and you get the secret Jean Lafitte candle scent. Oh, look at that! I'm telling you, combine pirates in the mansion, and you get Jean Lafitte.
Hey y'all, you want your house smelling like feet? Well, good news. You just come on down to the Magic Candle Company. You pick
just
up
any feet.
Jean's feet.
The feet of a pirate that's been on a pirate ship without bathing for the better part of 8 months.
Right. I'll get obvious. Doesn't smell citrusy at all. These guys haven't seen an orange in months.
Look at their gums. They're so diseased. They all have scurvy. You're in the Caribbean. You can't find oranges anywhere? Give me a break.
Yeah. They're not in season.
Pick one off a tree. I guess not. So we'll talk about something that was relegated to the realm of urban legend up until, I wanted to say last year, very, very recently, and that is the night and in the Haunted Mansion. Now, have you've got to have heard of this, right?
Well, tell me the premise. Tell me what the basic.
I got you. So, back in the day of the Haunted Mansion, back in the 80s, you know, when Michael Eisner was trying to inject some thrills into every Disney attraction.
Right.
They were building roller coasters out the wazoo. They were Videopolis. Their teens were doing some deplorable dances over there. They were what else did they do in the 80s? To Star Tours was going on. Everything.
I think they invented churros in the 80s.
Right? They did. That one guy invented churros.
They started selling frozen bananas covered in nuts in the 80s. It was wild.
It was a different time.
Dude, you are so Agatha Harkness right now, and I am Wanda.
Whoa. I would hope so. That's a spoiler. That's a spoiler. But hey, if you haven't seen we talked about this on the last couple episodes. This is also Foolish WandaVision.
Yeah, people in the comments,
well.
people in the comments are just like hashtag. I listen to a podcast of you guys talking about WandaVision too.
You know what? We'll see. So Mikey Eisney comes along,
right,
and he says, you know what? These kids, they're riding the Haunted Mansion. They're not getting as scared as they should be. So what we need to do what Universal Studios over there is doing. I don't know if they were open at the time. What they would end up doing with Halloween Horror Nights, we need to put live scare actors in the Haunted Mansion.
Oh yes. Okay, yes.
So they dressed this guy up head to toe in a full suit of medieval armor. And they would paint his face completely black so you couldn't see any eyes, you couldn't see anything under the helmet.
Inappropriate today. You just can't do that.
Exactly.
You can't
just put a hood on him or something.
You can't paint a
We're going to move quick. We're going to move a lot.
Keep going.
So this was in the corridor of doors, and sometimes in the endless hallway, there would be a man in a full suit of armor with black face jumping out and scaring guests as they rode past on their doom buggies. I actually know a man who dressed up as the knight. He's very lovely. Opinion. I don't know how you say his username. His name is Ian. He's great. He's on YouTube, and I interviewed him about a year or two ago on the Haunted Mansion. And we talked about, because he was a knight in the Haunted Mansion, because up until this point, there was like one picture on the internet of the knight kind of posing.
Yeah.
And he opened the floodgates. I'm actually looking at doombuggies.com right now, and they reference my video. I'm cool enough to be on Doombuggies for the knight. It's amazing.
God, you mean KNIGHT? Here I'm thinking you're talking about like the night at the museum night. I'm thinking where are we getting to someone sleeping over?
The physical embodiment of the night?
No, I thought it was like a sleepover, like the night you could stay at the Haunted Mansion. I was so confused.
I would pay so much money.
Oh,
I would pay everyone's complaining about $75 to get into DCA with $25 worth of food included right now. I will hand you my credit card,
right,
and you can charge it to spend a night in the Haunted Mansion.
Special event, Lazy River, the Living in the Land, and then when you get sleepy, the monorail you directly to the Magic Kingdom, where you can spend the rest of your evening napping in the attic of the Haunted Mansion.
Good. So you have to hear Constance talk all night.
Or I guess would you want to sleep in a room? Or would you like to just make a nest in a doom buggy and just just permanently close it, cocoon me? I'm just gonna cuddle up in here, and I'm just gonna.
I would say keep it open. I would say don't even cocoon me. I would say
that's not safe.
Renting out your
that's not safe. You can't leave it open.
Yeah, but we're gonna give everybody inner tubes to just go cruising down Living with the Land. We'll have lifeguards on standby.
Dude, the Living with the it's just a long concrete tube, all right? What are you gonna do? You can't hurt yourself. But with doom buggies, Madame Leota, you're 10 feet off the ground. There's a whole workshop.
Yeah, don't look behind yourself while you're in that scene, all right? It's gonna shatter the whole illusion.
Yeah.
I would rent out I would pay a good amount of money to rent out a doom buggy overnight. I would do that. Or just set up shop in the graveyard somewhere.
How many doom buggies are there in the doom buggy dude?
On the I think that's something only the maintenance people would know.
You gotta find out. Offhand Disney's next video, how many doom buggies are there in the mansion?
How many doom buggies? I feel like I could probably figure that out somehow.
There's got to be a logical
sometimes
way.
They put stickers on the back of doom buggies for certain parties.
Right. You know what? I know a guy who used to be a ride ops there. I'm gonna text him right now. Maybe
yes. How many? So Dan's gonna educate us. So if you just
Okay, keep talking about the night.
When the sticker starts, and you count until the sticker, and then you get like, I'm gonna say somewhere around like, my guess. All right, if we're placing bets, my guess is gonna be, I don't know what's a safe bet. 400. Maybe that's too much. Maybe that's not a lot at all. I'm gonna say 400. Constantly moving.
How? Okay, the loading track is like what, 10 doom buggies long?
Would you say 10?
Yeah.
I'd say about 10. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So while we wait on that, I can't wait on that. I have to kick it off.
I'm currently in a big argument with Kevin right now about, because he's like, what we were talking about, what's the largest ride vehicle during Charityland? What's the largest ride vehicle on property?
That's okay. Well, don't say anything. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm thinking, is this Walt Disney World or Disneyland?
And any Disney, what's the in American parks? What's the biggest?
American parks.
What's the biggest ride vehicle?
Between the Tower of Terror elevator shaft.
Okay.
It's got to be something at Epcot, right? The old Ellen's Energy Adventure, Universe of Energy. They're gone now, so I don't know if I would count that.
You're gonna be so mad when I tell you.
You're gonna break it down.
No. The Carousel of Progress is what Kevin says.
See, I think
I say doom buggies because it is one continuous
they're all
unit.
technically one piece,
right? And if you can't just take a doom buggy out, like you can't shorten the chain. That's not like that's
right.
It's like you know.
You ever wondering why you're riding the Haunted Mansion and three times while you're riding, prankish spooks have interrupted our tour. They can't take a doom buggy out and then put another one back in to load, slower groups or people who need help. Right. You always have to stop the whole thing.
Right. So
okay, I see what you're saying. It's like if it was a big old octopus holding popsicle sticks with doom buggies attached to them, and you just move them around all day.
Exactly.
It's all kind of one piece.
Okay. I got the answer. I got the answer. You ready?
Okay, everybody, comment below what you think it is, and then Dan's gonna tell us. There's a good title. How many doom buggies are there?
Okay, you said 400.
I said 400.
160.
I'm so wrong. See, I didn't want to guess too low.
Okay, so now keep in mind we have 160 doom buggies. How much do you think Disney would rent one doom buggy out for a night for a special event?
For like 10 hours, you think?
Yeah, you ride that. You have a reserved doom buggy for all night.
Okay. I'm gonna say they're gonna probably $1,000. I'm gonna say because with the Haunted Mansion 50th anniversary, it was, I believe, $200 or $300 for 3 hours. So that's roughly about $100 an hour, maybe like $75 an hour. So if they're going $100 an hour, which I think they would at these days, $1,000 for 10 hours in a doom buggy. Would you pay $1,000 to just spend the night in the Haunted Mansion in your own doom buggy?
Yeah. It would be the kind of thing that it would be like a once. Like I would only do it once, like I wouldn't, and it would be like
I would make my money back with a simple video.
Yeah, it would be a tax write-off.
Vlog.
It would just be a great. The accountant's like, what's this $1,000 for spending?
You gotta think like a YouTuber, guys.
In a spooky duplex. It's like, yes, that's correct.
A one night only event at the Haunted Mansion, introducing the spooky duplex. 10 hours, only $1,000, and you can't leave the mansion because everyone else is going to be cleaning the parks.
Yeah, no, I think that you can roam into Memento Mori and the Liberty Tavern. Like they keep this section open, like a bathroom.
This is so eye-opening to me because you think Haunted Mansion, you think Florida. That's so interesting to me.
Oh, because it's the superior mansion.
Like you're roaming.
It's the superior American mansion. Like Pirates is the best in Disneyland.
I'm
so happy if we represent different camps.
agree. I would reluctantly agree with that.
Oh yes.
I would reluctantly.
Yes.
That's Dan 1, Dallin 0.
I just talked about Jack Skellington, bro.
Oh, his glasses.
Oh, yeah, you just see him with his animal glasses on?
Because, like, the nightlife of New Orleans Square, man, you can't beat it. You can't beat it.
Okay.
You're wandering into the Blue Bayou. You're wandering back to the beignet bar.
You know what?
You're wandering over to Critter Country, maybe.
It's $1,000 at Disney World. If Disneyland did it, it's probably like $1,800 a ticket.
It would probably sell out in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
120. How fast would that go? 120 tickets.
You know, it'd be cool if they did it every time there was a Friday the 13th. Every time a Friday the 13th happened, there's 160, and that's $1,800 a person, right, or $1,000 a person. So it's and you can put up to 2 people. Doom buggies cost $2,000 essentially. So it's $2,000 a person. And every Friday the 13th, it happens like clockwork, and you can reserve a spot. It opens up
August of this year.
Oh, man. Yellow shoes.
August of this year, we need to petition Disney.
Yellow shoes.
Oh,
yellow shoes.
Yellow shoes.
Call us, baby. We've got some ideas.
I saw that was catching on, too. People were talking about old yellow shoes.
Yeah, old yellow shoes. It's so funny. On my headphones, like, my ears have old yellow shoes right on them.
Right, of course. My shirt actually has old yellow shoes on it. It's a Disney Vans thing, but it's on the back, so
Bro, I'm so jealous of how, like, thin you are, because you could wear all that cool Vans Mickey stuff. The only thing I could fit into the Vans line was their backpack. I mean, and their shoes.
They had some good backpacks.
I got one, bro. I got the one that matches the shoes.
Okay, the Sorcerer Mickey one.
No. The red. I have the red and yellow ones as you have.
Oh, the red and yellow. Gotcha.
So it's a red and yellow backpack that's all like built out. Just occurs to me that I'm talking about Agatha Harkness, and this is coming out. Podcast will come out in 2 weeks, right? Because like we're 2 in the can now.
Wait.
And so like people
guys,
watching.
We haven't seen episode. What is it? 7?
Yeah. Last we know, we just have that slapping beat in our head.
It
was Agatha.
It was Agatha all along. So you know what is hilarious to me is that if Disney ever needs a song written, they say, we need a song written. Back in the day, we used the Sherman Brothers. The Sherman Brothers did all our work for us. We need a song. We're going to go to the Lopez's because they'll just give us a song whenever we ask for it. They did Coco, both of the Frozens. They wrote all the music for WandaVision. All the theme songs in WandaVision.
I'm going to steal that as a video idea. The Lopez's are the modern day Shermans.
I think they are. I think that's if they write one song for an attraction, an original song for a Disney attraction, I would probably say it's safe to consider them the modern day Shermans.
What's great is
not counting.
Yeah. Is that who wrote it? Wait, are you telling me that the Lopez's wrote Agatha?
And the Lopez's wrote Agatha, and what's her name? The lady who plays Agatha. I don't know. I'm blanking on the name right now. Sang it. She sang it herself. Did you know that?
Bobby Lopez's wife? Or
No.
Catherine Hahn?
Actress Catherine Hahn sang it.
Gorgeous. What a wonderful actress.
It's amazing.
Beautiful.
It's
great eyebrows. I mean, like, superb. Gentlemen out there, if you're watching this and you have a lady that you like, just tell her she's got beautiful eyebrows. They love it every time you come with their eyebrows. That'll do the trick. Yeah.
You have very Hahnian eyebrows. I thought I should let you know.
Don't use that line. I mean, unless she's like wearing a Star Wars
They
t-shirt.
won't know what it means. They don't. That'll be an inside thing for foolish mortals. Only us. Only we know what it means. They'll be like Hahnian, like. Ooh, that sounds like.
Hey, baby,
like
you watch
from antiquity.
Hey, baby, you listen to Foolish Mortals.
Sounds Roman.
Come over here. Let me compliment your eyebrows.
Everyone, stop what you're doing. Pause this video and go compliment your loved one's eyebrows right now.
Hey, Dallin,
you can come back.
You've got great eyebrows, bro.
You know what, Dan? Your eyebrows are looking especially Hahnian today, I think. I would say.
Thank you, dude. That's so sweet of you.
Were we talking about... Is this a Haunted Mansion?
Yeah, we're talking about the night. Well, we were talking... Well, we went on a hard tangent about spending the night in a doom buggy. How long do you think you could sit in a doom buggy before you had to get out? Could you do all 10 hours?
I would probably... I could probably go 4 hours on and then like take an hour break and then do the rest of the time. I honestly believe. Because the ride duration for Haunted Mansion is like 11 minutes. Right? So that's like 24-ish. I bet, guys, stop making fun of me. That's like 24 ride-throughs of the Haunted Mansion. Back to back to back to back to back to back. Or 240. I don't know if I need to carry a 0. Either way.
Don't ask me to
I
help
could
you
probably
with
do
math.
4 hours straight. What about you? How long could you ride the Haunted Mansion without getting off?
You know what's so great about the Haunted Mansion? If you can, because I'll do this sometimes when I'm getting a little steamy because I'm a hot dad at the parks, and I need to take a quick chill pill. And the Carousel of Progress is all the way over on the other side.
Far.
It's too far.
Too far.
And you know what? Also, people are so stupid. Splash Mountain is a great chill off place, and if you sit in the right spot, and I'm not going to tell you where, you have to scientifically experiment yourself, but there's a place you could sit on those ride vehicles where you did not get wet at all. All right, other than wet.
I thought it was all about weight distribution.
Well, yeah, that's what it is, man.
Okay.
Weight distribution.
All right.
And as someone who has a lot of weight to distribute, I am here to tell you that you can easily.
So, best cool off rides. Splash Mountain's number 2, Haunted Mansion's number 1.
Right.
Because it's the Haunted Mansion.
But the Haunted Mansion can easily be like you at home chilling on the couch watching Netflix. You know what I mean? So you can. I have a great picture with me and Figment. It's gonna appear here. I'll send it to you, Chad. That's me on the Haunted Mansion, like the photo op, and I'm just like chilling on my phone. Figment's like looking this way because I love to just chill on the mansion. And have it just be like my like my little office, like it's like come into my office, let's have a meeting. You know what I mean?
Right. I'll bust my laptop out. I'll start editing. while I'm on the Haunted Mansion. People will be like, "Hey, shut the laptop. It's too bright. You're ruining the ride experience." And I'll be like, "Mind your own business."
It's like, excuse me, ma'am. Do you know who I am?
This is my dune buggy.
Do you know who I am?
So I want you to go to your YouTube app right now. I'm yelling across Leota's seance room at this point.
Shut up and take out your phone. What? Shut up and take out your phone. Do you know who I am?
All right, I just gotta lift this bar here real quick. Let me come show you. So the Knight is a live physical actor in the Haunted Mansion.
We'll just call this episode The Knight.
The Knight. The Knight.
Did it scare people? Did he have stories of really scaring people?
So you go to doombuggies.com, which is where I'm sitting currently right now, and there's a looping gif of him scaring every other doom buggy, which, by the way, must be a very physically taxing job if you're scaring every other doom buggy, right?
How those Halloween Horror Night actors do it, I will never know.
Right. So he's pretty startling. He's jumping. I don't know if they put him in like a blind spot or something. I would imagine they did. It's just as you're turning around a corner backwards, so he'll jump out from the side and kind of spook you.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's in the corridor of doors. And so I was talking to Ian about this, and at this point people had only known that there was, unless you had been there, that there was a knight in the Haunted Mansion.
Right.
He filled me in that there was all different kinds of people in the mansion. There was a phantom, well before Phantom Manor. There was a Grim Reaper. There were tons of different characters in the Haunted Mansion that would show up. Yeah. And there's only, unless you're looking at Ian's photos, there's only picture and video evidence of the knight. But there is multiple different characters that they put in the mansion. And sadly, they were retired over the course of they ran for, I think, one summer in the 80s or the 90s at Disneyland. And they were gone, relegated to the realm of myth and legend until 2019 for the 50th anniversary, when they brought back the knight. Instead of being hidden in a corner, he was right in front of you, and he was like posing like he was a statue, and then could kind of pose and then go back to his
cool. That's so cool.
His original position, and then pose again.
Why don't we make that?
Really,
why don't we make
cool.
that a suit of armor an animatronic? Why don't we do that?
That is people would whine, but since I am the number one authority on the Haunted Mansion in the entire world, I think that's safe to say.
Can I give you?
I would sign off on it.
Can I pitch you on my on how to make the Knight animatronic? Are you ready for this?
Tell me what you got.
I'm going to pitch you this idea. Everyone, buckle in, because this is an idea I am hyped about.
Jeez.
And I really want because as a mansion lover like yourself, I want to know how you'd feel about this. Right?
Okay. Let's hear it.
Disney releases 2,500 magic bands that are $700 a piece, right?
And they send one to me for free because I'm a vlogger, right?
Absolutely not. These things are going to be highly contended. They might be like a D23 Club 33 kind of situation. I don't know what it is, right? But
I would get my paws on one.
Hypothetically,
somehow.
a hyper limited edition Haunted Mansion magic band, and on it is the knight, right? And so, if you are wearing your $700 magic band and you ride the Haunted Mansion, it will know you're on the ride, and just for you and the doom buggy surrounding you, you will trigger a special effect on the ride, which is the night scare.
I'm happy about this. I'm torn because people will say that it's pay to win, like pay to experience. You know, they're like, oh, why can't everyone get the effect?
It's 100% that. But listen, okay.
Exactly.
Here, let me break that down. One, how awesome will it be when you're in one of the doom buggies nearby when it happens and you're like, oh, I wonder who's here. I wonder who has the magic band. You know
or like even if you're a cast member, the cast member's like, oh, we got a knight coming through.
Right.
Like that would get them excited too.
Right. And two, it's not like people aren't going to figure out how to freaking do it. You know what I mean?
RFIDs.
Yeah, right. One whiz kid in sneakers wearing a baseball cap backwards is going to hack into the mainframe and figure out.
He's going to be surfing on his keyboard.
Right, exactly. He's going to be doing radical stuff. It's going to be awesome. He's going to essentially be like all of those nerds on those cop shows. And he's going to figure out, and then he's going to just put like a thing in his wrist that does it and have a good time. But like I'm not worried about it being gate kept because technology's too good. You know, like people will get it. You know what I mean? But like I would, and like then that becomes a trend, right? And I know you're right. It's like DLC. I was talking to Rob about this, and he's like, bro, you can't do DLC for rides. You can't do DLC for rides. And I'm like,
I wish I could, though. Like, Horizons is kind of a DLC for Carousel of Progress, but that's its whole ride. Like, I feel like having a certain...
There's a Leota one, right? It's like they do like an edition, like 5,000 of them, but they're like $1,200 a piece. And when you go through, Leota gives a special, like, fortune just for that. Like, she triggers a special line set, like
says their name,
right? No, not like that, but like uses like a cut piece of dialogue or like some like rare, you know, like, and like just for like, and then like, can you? Oh, I would totally. Let me know in the comments below if you would buy a hot.
And then I would go through with all of them stacked on my wrist, and it would come together to form the ultimate Haunted Mansion experience. Right,
you would essentially be Haunted Mansion Thanos. Haunted Mansion Thanos. Right. He would be like,
finally.
You'd be like, finally, all of the mansion DLC, and then you'll snap.
One to go.
And like all the maids and butlers have to bow to you when you walk through it. You know, you will become Master Gracie.
With my wrist up.
You're like Master Gracie.
And now I can finally rest.
But I think the knight should be an animatronic.
I think the knight... You've sold me on that. I think the knight absolutely should be an animatronic. I think if they made a brand new electric animatronic for the knight, don't set him right in the middle of the endless hallway like he was for the 50th. If you go online, you can look up videos. I have a video on it. The lighting's really bad because I didn't have a good camera, but there's a video. And
we all have those. We all have those.
It's good now. If they just put him where the original suit of armor is and just made a very dynamic looking, even like if you like took a couple steps out, I feel like that would be really cool.
The knight.
So that is the myth and the legend, I guess, of the knight.
One legend down, 35 minutes into the podcast.
We are, and we kind of like swept that one under the rug too. We kind of zoomed past that even, I would say.
Is there more? Is there more secrets to the night?
I guess maybe not. There's more stories that Ian told me of being a cast member at the Haunted Mansion for so long that I need to tell you.
Oh my gosh.
Well.
I want to know.
So do you want to talk about people dumping ashes first, or do you want to talk about little Easter eggs that Imagineers put in there that are pretty cool?
You know, we were talking about our ash tape, our ash packing tape
plan?
Technique.
Right.
And lots of people submitted in the comments also below, let us know your sneaky way of sneaking ashes onto the ride. Like, how would you do it? How would you do it?
I'm never getting a press pass for Disney after this.
We don't endorse doing this. We just want to know what
It's over.
We want to know what your Ethan, Mission Impossible type situation is.
Right. Are you rappelling from the ceiling in the ballroom and putting a little piece of tape right there on the back of a column?
Right.
What are you doing?
Right.
So let's talk about ashes.
Right.
So multiple occasions have passed, mostly in Disneyland, where people are sneaking the cremated ashes of their deceased loved ones onto the mansion. Now, how you get them in there? I suppose you put the urn in a backpack, maybe? You sneak them on, and then...
You're talking about just how to get the ashes into the park to begin with?
Right.
They're a Ziploc bag, dude. You're not bringing in like a brass urn to Disneyland.
Was there bag check back then?
No, there wasn't. So you could literally walk in with a coffee can full of like tobacco spit, and no one's gonna stop.
Gotcha.
You know what I
No
mean?
one's gonna say anything. So since there's no back check, you just walk in with your ceramic urn and pop the lid and dump it in the graveyard. So more often than you would think. Even apparently to this day, people creatively somehow do this.
How? Not to mention, it's so uncomfortable to leave. Like, I would never, stand up in a dune buggy to begin with. Those things are shaky, you know what I mean, to begin with. And then what is it? You're just like a flower girl at a wedding, and you're just, toss. Like, what are you doing?
Right. Are you sprinkling a tiny amount, or are you just letting it fly in the ballroom?
Right. I don't understand.
To be in that headspace, too, is very interesting.
Right.
So there's legends that kind of split off of this, but I do want to talk about how they'll just, at the end of the day, third shift workers will come up, or cast members, and they will vacuum up the ashes and put them in the trash can. So that's the whole part of our plan that we were talking about a couple episodes ago, was how you would sneak your ashes in without getting them seen, so they stay there, right?
Right.
What was your plan again?
To just put them right in the garbage can at a Haunted Mansion.
There you go.
That
just right in the garbage can.
It's just like you could say you did it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was there. Dad.
I was in
that. Dad was there for a day. We took Dad back to the Haunted Mansion.
All right. So I'm going to directly quote Doom Buggies on this, guys. Doom Buggies, best Haunted Mansion website. When I was a little young Haunted Mansion fan, a little budding Haunted Mansion connoisseur, I would scour this website day in and day out. And so one day, a woman came to Disneyland with the ashes of her little boy who always loved the Haunted Mansion. Right off the bat, very dark story. Dead little boy. Favorite ride was the Haunted Mansion. She tried to get permission to scatter his ashes in the attraction, but of course Disney wouldn't allow it. Now, I'm wondering if this means she approached park security or an executive, or if she just walked up to the poor cast member, the college, the college program worker at the front and going, with just a bag of ashes, where can I put these?
Oh my God, that poor college kid.
Back in your backpack is where you can put them.
Yeah, man, we can't have your dead son here. We can't have that. You have to leave. I think
that's not the Disney look.
Yeah. There's fun spot for that if you really want to just
There's fun spot. They don't care at all over there.
Right.
They'll let you. Yeah, you can.
SeaWorld will let you feed your ashes to an orca.
They'll make you pay a little extra, but they'll let you do it.
Yeah, you know what? I bet we could do some research and find it's totally fine to feed ashes to pelicans or something.
Yeah.
Or at least use them
feel
for
like that's gotta be safe to
fertilizer.
consume.
Fertilizer, right?
Yes. So, of course, she did end up spraying the ashes anyway, adding his remnants to the dust of the mansion, which is a very interesting way to phrase it. That's assuming they don't dust the mansion. They dust the parts that they need to dust. The dust that you see in the actual mansion is not real dust, guys. Let me tell you that. It's all pretend.
I mean, it's a little bit of real dust.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if there was just a couple nights where they didn't feel like busting out the Swiffer, and so they decided to kind of skip over it.
Growing up, I was taught that you could take any vacuum cleaner ever and turn it from suck to reverse based on cartoons. Like cartoons,
right?
And so it's like they just go in there and they just put vacuum to reverse, and they just like Ghostbusters. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just blowing dust all over.
It's like an exterminator, but instead of pesticides, it's dust.
Right.
Or like when the first cast member walked into the Haunted Mansion, like, man, everything looks so new in here. Everything's so shiny and clean. What do we do? It's like, just give it a couple weeks, couple months. Right. It'll dust right up. It'll dust right up.
Just let a lot of people wander through here and let them shed a bunch of skin cells.
Everyone, just scratch your head when you're going through the attic scene.
Right. Get it really dusty up there. Get it really layered with dead people skin.
When you think about it, it's not much different from spreading ash. Okay, well, it's a little different.
Maybe the 1000th happy haunt is just all of us and our skin particles.
Maybe we were the 1000th haunt all along.
It wasn't just me who can't say it.
I can't say it. Maybe we were the 1000th haunt.
I'm just imagining now people watching this when we said that both like there's like they did that crappy meme like how we pronounce the word like over our mouths. Ugh.
Right.
I hate you, Chad.
Anyway, so apparently at the end of the day, the poor mother, she ended up spreading his ashes in the Haunted Mansion, and to this day, cast members and guests have claimed to see a young boy near the exit lift of the California mansion, sitting by the speed ramps all by his lonesome and crying to himself.
No.
Drop the mic. That's the 1000th happy haunt.
No. Really?
No. This is complete.
Oh, okay.
I feel like you could ask. This is a story that's on there. I feel like you could ask any night shift cast member, and they would say, "Yeah, it's really creepy there at night." But I've never seen a little boy crying by himself at the exit ramp, unless that's an actual human, real boy who lost his parents, and you need to go help him. Do you think there's any validity to this story, Dan?
Well, I think that it's easy to just see a random kid at Disney World just by himself all the time. I mean, that's
the thing.
Yeah.
See, the thing with me is I do personally believe in like spirits and stuff, but I am extremely skeptic. Like everything I see, I'm like, this is completely fake. So what is more plausible? You're seeing the ghost of a young boy who died many years ago, whose ashes were spread in the mansion, or you're at Disneyland and there's a kid who's just having a meltdown at the end of the Haunted Mansion. Which one is more reasonable to you?
Right. Like, I've seen Macaulay Culkin movies. I know how fast those little kids can move around.
Yeah. Home Alone 1.
Yeah.
Home Alone 2. That's
Home Alone
it.
3 was another kid.
That was also at Christmas time, I think.
What we need now is, like, my brain was going to I was trying to make a Spider-Man joke, and I just couldn't get there.
No Way Home. That young boy whose soul is forever lost in purgatory of the Haunted Mansion, thanks to his mother,
is Spider-Man.
has no way home.
That young boy
is he Spider-Man?
Peter Parker.
that young boy, Peter Parker. And now
those dead man's ashes,
campus.
Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben. I was about to say Albert Einstein for some reason. Those ashes belong to Albert Einstein.
Oh my God. And that
another. Go ahead.
No. You go ahead.
Okay. We're going back onto more ghosts here. Another ghost inhabits the mansion near the unload area. So apparently, I just keep getting off track here. Apparently, if you're a cast member working at night, just don't go to you're at the work in the unload area. There's just going to be like a couple of specters hanging around about you. Young boy, this ghost. So near the unload area, if you know, there is a mirror from where you come out, from the hitchhiking ghost scene. so the cast members can see if anyone's coming down the speed ramp to just sort of, get down to them.
Right.
Once a cast member saw a figure that they thought was a CM in costume, probably their replacement, bumping them to another location. But when they turned, there was nobody there. After a few more guests unloaded, the cast member saw the figure again. This time, she noticed he was wearing a tuxedo. And he walked right up behind her. She turned to see the hallway empty. Later that night, she saw the same figure who walked up behind her, tried to talk, but no sound was heard, and placed his hand on her shoulder. Feeling a chill, she turned around once again to see another empty hallway. Completely freaked out, she took off running out of the mansion. She quit shortly after.
She didn't ask me went to Pirates. She didn't be like,
I would rather go hang out with George than this guy trying to touch me on the shoulder all night.
She tried to... She wanted to work at... It's either I'm quitting, it's either you move me to the Jungle Cruise where I don't have any ghosts touching me, or I quit. It's like...
You're working the Haunted Mansion. I thought this was what you wanted. Odds of this ghost being real on a scale from 1 to 10? On the ghostometer for Dan's ghostometer?
I think that those...
0 to 10.
Yeah, 0.
0. I would agree with that. I'd say 0.
You just witnessed my brain entirely backfire trying to find a good ghost joke. Just could not find it, and we just kept on moving.
we already peaked with Foolish Mortals. I think that was the best it's gonna get.
That was as funny as we were gonna be.
This one is a story called The Beating Drum, and this is over at your coast, Dan. This is over at the Magic Kingdom. Are you ready for The Beating Drum?
I am.
All right, this is told in a first-person perspective. So I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about this person who's experienced this strange occurrence. I had been a CM at the Magic Kingdom for about 6 months. Before coming to the mansion, I was trained as a jungle skipper, so it's the reverse of what we were just talking about. He said, these hippos, this tiger in this Cambodian temple is getting way too touchy-feely with me. I need to go over to the mansion.
Right.
Needing the money, like most cast members, that's so sad.
Oh,
I did not like reading that line.
Oh my gosh.
I would pick up greeter shifts at the mansion. One night in July, I was scheduled to close the attraction. It was around midnight. It was a midnight closing, so I was going to be pretty late when I got out of there. After chaining the main entrance, I walked inside to help walk through the attraction. We do this after the ride stops to clean up and look around and everything.
Yeah, get all those ashes
We
out
saw...
of there.
Yeah, you gotta vacuum them up, and you gotta redust the attic.
Yeah.
You have to redust. You gotta turn your vacuum to reverse. Everything was fine until we reached the part of the ride known as the Seance Circle. Who calls it the Seance Circle? Do you call it the Seance Circle?
Leota's room?
It's Madame Leota's room. It's Madame Leota's room.
Leota's Stig's.
Right. It's her.
It was the original Blue's Clues. A big red chair.
So
a mythical blue creature. You go in there. She gives you your mail. I mean, it's like
evil crow.
Yeah, and the evil crow was the best part of Blue's Clues. It would show up.
It was traumatizing.
It was the evil crow and those two salt and pepper shakers. They were just. They were just. It was the three of them.
French salt and pepper.
Terrorizing Steve, man. Oh, the worst.
It turned into a horror movie halfway
Right.
through. So they walked into Leota's room. When we walked in, all the work lights were off, which they thought was odd. I'm going to tell this from first person, which we thought was odd, because they were still on in the previous show scene. Upon entering, my fellow cast member asked if I had heard anything, and I said, not really. Why? He then asked me to listen. I listened and heard this faint beating, like the sound of a drum. We were like, okay. So we kept walking, and the further in we got, the louder it would get. We walked even quicker and got out of there. The minute we passed into the next show scene, the sound stopped and was silent again. I tell you, it made me believe those stories about the mansion being haunted. So, here's a question for our viewers. spooky ghost beating drum, or malfunctioning machinery? You be the judge. This is really just ghost debunkers. This is Haunted Mansion debunkers tonight.
You know what I'm thinking it is? Okay, right. Let's take this step by step. It's July. It's humid as hell. The air conditioning is running.
In Orlando.
Right. Air conditioning is running at full clip, all right? And the amount of moisture that falls off of air conditioners, because that's what air conditioners do. They pull moisture out of the air and it makes it colder. And so the amount of moisture.
No way.
Yeah, dude. They accidentally just.
I always thought you sat in the tub and then Uncle Orville would blow his ice onto you. That's how I thought that would work.
I mean, that's a little bit how science works.
He calls it indoor cooling. Yeah. Continue. I apologize.
And what she's hearing is just a collection of all of the air conditioners just dripping water, probably.
Or there's a ghost just boom, boom, boom further in.
What?
I'm not one to discount a story, but I'm feeling this might be an air conditioning thing.
How much would that suck if you had to be a ghost that just played the drums all the time? And then imagine being that ghost's neighbor. Because no one wants to be the neighbor of someone who's learning how to play the drums.
Right. And then you can't go knock on their door. This is a corporeal spirit. You have to either call a priest or just deal with it until you move or you die.
Right.
And join the band.
Yeah, you got to move. If your house is But they don't let you test sleep in a house. You know what I mean? It's not like a pair of pants. You can't try a house on, you know?
Right. I just moved into a new house, and if this house was haunted, I would probably try to chill with the ghost before I moved, because this was a lot of money. I would probably try to chill with them, invite them over for
Ghost Bros.
Some tea and
Ghost Bros.
Tea and crackers, and
it's me.
Talk it out before he.
What kind of crackers are you gonna give them?
Shortbread crackers, or cookies. I guess.
I think what you're gonna want, what you're gonna find that ghosts really want, is a chicken and a biscuit.
Is that a reference?
No, it's just a delicious cracker.
Okay. Well, what's a chicken and a biscuit?
You don't know chicken and a biscuit? It's like chicken broth flavored butter cracker.
Oh, so then you dip that in your tea, and then you're off to the races.
I don't think you want to put
chicken. Well, maybe you don't.
Chicken.
Maybe you don't, Dan. I like to live on the edge. So. I'm over here trying to spread ashes in the Haunted Mansion. You think I'm drawing the line at dipping my cracker in my tea?
We gave the audience so many things to do. Tell us how to drop. Tell us if you'd buy one of those wristbands. Tell us how you'd secretly sneak your ashes in. We have so many. I can't remember the other things we've asked. So.
It's got to be the most interactive. How much would you pay to ride in a dune buggy all night? This got to be one of the most interactive episodes of Foolish Mortals.
Right. It's like we're almost really pushing social engagement.
Someone post a poll really quick. Apparently that counts as engagements. So there's.
Is that why you posted that community post? You son of a.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
There's been so many calls at this episode.
Is this something? I don't know what you're talking about. Is this something about some poll? I don't know. Let's move to the attic, because I do want to make a quick connection before we call this podcast tonight. All right.
Okay.
In the attic scene of the Disneyland mansion, you have an old, colonial uniform on the right-hand side. When you're passing Constance, look to the right. Instead of looking at Constance on your left, you will see an old colonial uniform. This uniform belonged to Andrew Jackson, one of the worst presidents America's ever had, but he used to have a exhibit at Fort Wilderness, not the hotel, but the tiny little play area on Tom Sawyer Island at Disneyland. Right. Which the hotel is named after. Fun fact.
Tom Sawyer's Island?
It's named after Fort Wilderness on Tom Sawyer Island at Disneyland, the resort in Orlando. Yes.
Orlando, where the better Haunted Mansion is, you mean?
Orlando, where the different Haunted Mansion is.
It's funny. It's funny when you think of the Haunted Mansion, you think of the better one. It's like it's like a revelation to you.
Whenever I think of the Haunted Mansion, I do think of the better one. You're totally right about that.
You know what?
I assume that's the same.
The
with
Disneyland
you.
one is so good. It's so good.
They've got charms of their own.
It does.
I think the length and Hatbox Ghost at Disneyland, but the length of the Orlando Mansion and the Master Gracie photo in the foyer, all of that's really, really cool. But have you ever heard of this doesn't happen in Orlando because it's different. Have you ever heard the creakiness of the stretching room in Anaheim because you're going down in an elevator?
Oh, you know what?
So,
that's interesting. Yes. Now that you say that.
So in Orlando, they play like sounds of wood stretching as you're going down the stretching room, like as it's the ceiling's moving up because you're in Florida.
Right.
In Orlando, the ceiling moves up, and in Anaheim, the floor goes down.
Representing how hurricanes just rip everything off the ground.
Exactly. They do that with the castle too. If a hurricane comes, the castle will lower down.
Take the whole thing down.
Mm-hmm. You can do that. They've never had to do it, and there's no proof that that's a real thing, but people believe it. So this is another 50th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion thing. One of the best nights of my life, man. Jeez. One of the cast members was like, "You guys want to go back up? Go in reverse?" I was like, "Yeah." So everyone cleared out of the stretching room, and me and a couple boys, Adam the Woo was there, shut the door, and he flicked the switch. Obviously, there's no ghost host narration when you're going back up. There's no show scenes because there's supposed to be no one in there but the cast member. So it's ungodly mechanical noise just as it moves back up to get into position.
Ooh, spooky.
It's so cool. It's great. But then when it's going down, dude, silent. Where was I? Oh yeah. Andrew Jackson at Tom Sawyer Island.
I love how everyone blames me for getting off track. Everyone yells at me for being the one who gets
I
off
can't
track.
control myself, man. I can't control myself. I have so many anecdotes about the Haunted Mansion.
We're both full of life and joy.
And that's why you guys have tuned into this podcast. You specifically, you watching this.
We're listening.
That's why you're here.
We love you. You're so beautiful.
Tell us it.
What is it about the people
Look at their eyebrows.
who listen to...
It's their eyebrows.
Gosh.
They're very Haunty and eyebrows.
You're getting everybody so riled up. Everyone's complimenting everyone. What is it about people who listen to this show that are just so beautiful? I don't know what it is.
I think it's the fact that they're so willing to call themselves mortals. That really is just something no one else really wants to do.
Yes.
That just gives them that individuality that makes them beautiful.
Hashtag mortholes.
Mortholes. Tweet it. So Andrew Jackson's on Tom Sawyer Island. And Andrew Jackson was planned to go in the Haunted Mansion at some point under different pretenses. Not as his president self.
Oh.
Back in the 90s, there was a plan to combine the stories of Tom Sawyer Island and the Haunted Mansion into one and the Pirates of the Caribbean into one cohesive story. Everyone knows about this now because of me. They took the costume of Andrew Jackson and placed it in the attic to sort of let guests know that the story from Tom Sawyer Island is being continued in the Haunted Mansion. You will also find, right across from the Haunted Mansion on the banks of the rivers of America, an archway that reads 17 or 1892. Which one is it? I believe it's 1792. Jean Lafitte. I'm so bad.
Now I just want to listen.
I don't
to
have
Hamilton.
this memorized. Oh, you and me both, brother. I should have this memorized, but I don't. The election of 1800. It's an archway. It's 1764. I was completely off. It's an archway right across from the Haunted Mansion, and it's all bricked up. It's an archway that used to be a passage that is now bricked up, and it was supposed to be an allusion, not an illusion, an allusion, and with an A, to the coming attraction of an underground tunnel underneath the rivers of America that started in the graveyard of the Haunted Mansion. You would enter the tomb of pirate captain Jean Lafitte, and then traveled to Tom Sawyer Island that was sort of taken over by his pirates.
Right.
And while you were going through the tunnel, you would go through show scenes of catacombs and an old treasure room.
It's such a shame that's never happened. It's such a shame.
It really is.
Truly
It
is.
so is. The budget. It was the Disneyland in the 90s, so I believe the budget was just being cut everywhere.
Do you think it's going to be one of those things that, like, in enough time, if we can hype it up enough, like at the Haunted Mansion's 75th anniversary, they do it? You know what I mean?
I hope so. Has there been stuff like that in the past where fans had just willed like an extinct project into existence?
Let's make a blood oath right now that if either of us enter any prominence in Imagineering. And Imagineering that we should we're gonna symbolically that if either of us get anywhere in Imagineering that we
yes
that we enact the
we're gonna make it
the Gene Feet plan.
Right. The thing, even if it, like, I would understand if Imagineers and management would be hesitant about building a tunnel underneath the rivers of America. It's happened before.
It's fair.
It's not unprecedented. They did it in Paris. That's how you get from the loading station of Big Thunder Mountain out to the island of Big Thunder Mountain. You go under the Western River.
Wow, that's cool.
There. So it's not like they can't do it.
Right.
They've done it before.
Disney's really good at making series of tubes.
Right. Since it's been done before, you just take those plans and copy them over.
Oh, you know what? I bet it is California with earthquakes, man. I bet that'll never happen.
Oh, you're right. There could be the big one at any second, and then everyone in those
everyone's
tubes
genes and feet are separated.
Everyone's genes and feet. Everyone would have to go back to the Haunted Mansion as a haunt.
Right. And there's only room for one more, so.
Right, they're gonna be overbooked.
Gonna have to keep casualties low. Best not build a tunnel.
The ghost host
at Disneyland.
The ghost host is gonna be stressed. Yeah, no tunnel. I'd be okay with cutting the tunnel. Just keep, combine all these stories. Lafitte's Landing sign was put over the Pirates of the Caribbean loading bay. It's been there since it opened, and Lafitte was there was its anchor since opening day in Frontierland, and then eventually New Orleans Square. So there was always hints of him everywhere. And then Imagineer Eddie Sato. I said Soto on my video. It's actually Sato. I heard Tony Baxter talk about him for Paris. Sato had Twitter. The plan to Does he have a Twitter?
Yeah.
I do follow him on Twitter. You're right. I thought you were talking about Tony Baxter. I do follow him on Twitter. He was going to combine Pirates Mansion and Tom Sawyer Island into one cohesive thing, and they ended up cutting it. And I believe I don't remember what they did instead. I think they just went with the Pirates layer was later on at Tom Sawyer Island. It was either that or they did something else. I think it was close the Country Bears. So it was either make this massive encompassing story or close down the Country Bears, and Disney said, let's close the Country Bears.
Yeah, right. And let's just put another bear in its place.
Let's put one. This time, though, he's going to be animated, and we're gonna have it's gonna be a dark ride. He's gonna have and we're gonna milk it. We are going to like
honey.
It's gonna get. It's like honey. It's gonna be like just a terrible, nightmarish trip through the worlds of heffalumps and woozles. Something you wouldn't wish upon your worst enemy.
Right, and then of course there's also going to be an Easter egg that'll just terrify your children if they look up and behind them at a certain point in the ride.
You ever seen decapitated Disney characters?
They're still on their mounts.
I guess, yeah. I mean, were they ever? Here's a dark Disney question for you. If we're getting spooky, were Melvin the Moose and was it
Melvin the Moose?
the Moose. The Meese.
Hashtag team help Melvin the Moose.
What's the other one? Is it Buff the Buffalo? Mm-hmm. What a creative name.
Yep.
And then what's the deer's name?
Richie.
You're not joking right now, are you?
No. Richie
You're
the
being
deer.
Serious. Okay. I love the Country Bear Jamboree. I just always forget to look at their names.
Yeah, it's okay.
Were they alive animals before they were decapitated and strung up on the wall of the Bear Theater? Or were they always just sort of are they like decoration?
You know what it is?
And they just came to life?
In my head canon, it's just a stable on the other side of the wall, and they're just actors, just like the bears.
Stick their head
and they're
through.
just walked up and just stuck their head in there, and they're just messing around. It's a real shame that we didn't get that. That would have been such a great Easter egg, or a stinger in the Country Bear movie. To have Melvin, Buck, and Richie back out of these the wall thing. It's a shame.
Right. Were they in the movie?
No.
Ah, what a missed opportunity. I hope they do it again, but I hope it's animated and not terrifying.
That's interesting. Animated. See, the Country Bears. What makes them so charming is that it's old and they get away with saying some ridiculous stuff. It's like
blood on the saddle, man.
Yeah.
I think I do love the Country Bears. I think they could pull off a movie about it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, they did. Willie Nelson was in it.
Did they pull it off?
Yeah.
Or did they just make one?
You
think they pulled it off?
They did.
Okay.
It's
Is
charming.
that the one where the kid turns into a bear?
It is. Yep.
No, he was always a bear. Sorry, I thought he turned into a bear. That would be nice. It's like Disney's finally doing body horror, and this time it's the Country Bear Jamboree.
Oh my God, that's incredible. That would have added a lot to the story, and that singing his true heart song would have turned him back into a human or something,
It's like Brother Bear, but if it was live action and it was way more about country music.
Yeah.
It had Willie Nelson in it.
Way less Canadian.
Way less Canadian. I love the world that they establish in that attraction. I'm getting off on another
Brother
tangent
Bear?
here, but No. Country Bears.
Oh, yeah.
The Brother Bear attraction, Redwood Creek Challenge Trail at Disney California Adventure.
Ooh.
That's a Brother Bear attraction. In case you didn't know. Did you not know this? Nope. So outside there's a statue of Kenai and Coda, and you go in there, and it's just a little fun place. But there's a cave where you can go, and you put your hand on the wall, and you can get told your spirit animal from Brother Bear,
which is like your Disney Patronus.
It is your Disney Patronus. I got fish, so I don't know what that means. Maybe I need to go try again. Maybe
that's
my spirit's
it. That's
changed
the end of the episode. That's the title. That's the title of the episode. I got fish. I don't know what that means.
I got fish. Then you have to watch to the end to figure out how we arrived to it.
I got fish. I don't know what that means, but you know what? I get it. I bet you're a great swimmer.
Well, thank you. That means a lot coming from you. What else? What else is there we need to cover? Do you think I missed anything? Are we running over here? What are we at?
We are running over. People are going to be stoked.
All right.
They're going to be like...
We got so much more to talk about, guys.
Well, this could just be Myths Part 1. Well, Myths Part 2 next time.
We'll do Myths Part 2. Why not? Guys, submit your own myths down below. This is going to be, like I said, the most interactive episode of Foolish Mortals.
We're going to test it out.
So,
and if you find a button somewhere to press it. That's what we're saying. Interact.
Press it. Yeah.
Interact.
Do to the subscribe button what Disney did to Journey into Imagination.
Right.
Destroy it.
Right. Do to the subscribe button what a lot of 6-year-olds do to the queue of the Transformers ride. Press it. Press all of them Q buttons.
Press it. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. And I guess...
we'll follow you home like Spider-Man. No, wait. No, that's not what it is. Hurry back.
Spider-Man follow you home?
Yes.
That could be creepy, but then you put a hitchhiking ghost next to him and it's good.
I like how we just keep doing this while we're talking.
It's just going to be another 20 minutes of we're talking, but we're doing this.
This is great.
Goodbye, guys.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion.